I do not want to just survive. I want to fucking live.
Oh, shit. Oh, you woke me up. Anyway, you want to thrive. You're talking about you want to thrive. You know, we have weaponry, but do we have livingry? It's an idea that came up with by a guy named Ralph Borzotti. You should look into him, dude. You might be interested in his writings. I'm serious. Anyway, in order for us to get beyond survival, we have to get beyond the profit motive. The profit motive is pernicious, perilous, and antithetical to progress. The profit motive is pulling us into a pit. And the only way for us to escape that pit is reciprocism. It's not communism. They're still going to use money, and the banks are still going to hold all of your money and your debt, and really you're not going to be living. You're going to be surviving on a whole other level, basically. It's just more survival. The only way for us to thrive is if all of us collectively agree that if you're a contributing member of society, you have earned food, clothing, shelter, transportation, education, and medical care as a right. And the only way for that to be the case is if we change how naturalization works so that when you are of age, you have to request and earn citizenship in order to have it in such a way that your active participation in the project of civilization acts as the currency, such that there isn't money anymore, but your active participation acts as the money. And that is the first half of the exchange process. You working at all, doing anything for society, is the first half of the exchange process. It's all implied, such that all of the needs are met without any effort. And then if we socialize vehicular transportation and things like that, then it alleviates a lot of the other burden aspects that capitalism has pushed on to the consumer, as opposed to making it a part of the systemic process of ownership. And so we really could have a situation in the future here, based on what I'm talking about, wherein there aren't these constraints. Freedom to travel, freedom to express oneself are inherent in this process because it's a economic democracy. And that's what we really need to focus on and emphasize in our deliberations and conversations, is the concept of economic democracy. And what we do have right now is an oligarchy, if not a technocracy. And we need to fight against these controlling elements of our government and our culture, which dictate to us and tell us that we need to be good little slaves working for the corporations and their influence. And ultimately what we're doing is selling ourselves out to these institutions and corporations that ultimately have no interest in bettering our lives, but instead have a vested interest in bettering the lives of the very small top 0.1% of the population who lord over top of the rest of us. And that has to end. That absolutely has to end. If we are ever to have a future as a species, that has to stop, and we have to evolve into a better system. And so that's what my work as a philosopher has been about, actually, is to deliberate the concepts and to create a vision for how we can actually have that future. Love and appreciation. We are oneself. If you want, contact me or read my book in my bio. It's Keys to the New Renaissance. Or if you want, I can potentially work out a way to get you like a free copy or something. Anyway, love and appreciation. We are oneself. Peace.